Hi there, Stacy here. Welcome to my channel. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about how I finally got the courage to go out as a woman. I'll be right back. So in today's episode, I wanted to talk about what really spurred me to decide to actually go out, leave the house, presented as a woman. And you're going to be surprised to find out it was actually B who was my ultimate fan. So now, it's been over a year since I started going out as a woman, and I'm still only living part-time, switching back and forth. I talk about that in my 4th episode. I talk about struggles about being a trans parent, so if you haven't watched that, I suggest you go and watch that one after. We've been leading up to it for the last number of years, so 3 or 4 years already. So she was already aware of it by the time I decided that I was going to actually come to terms with the fact. What really led me to come to terms with being trans was after my last relationship had ended after 5 years, where she turned around and said that she felt like that was the direction I was going anyway. She didn't want to be with a transgendered woman, so that was fine, that's understandable. So we just decided to stay friends, but at that point, I decided that I was going to finally come to terms with the fact and begin transitioning. That was in January of 2020. And as the months grew on, my look and my makeup got better and better, and when my makeup finally got to be right on par, to where I was covering everything up like I wanted to, I was starting to gain more confidence. It was April 21st, 2020, when we had the first nice weather after the spring freeze. And it was also right after places started reopening here after the pandemic started. I was done up, presented femme. We decided to go outside and sit on our back deck. I turned to B and I said, I really feel like going to the corner store and picking up some snacks and some drinks. And she's like, yeah, let's go. And I was like, are you sure? She was like, yeah. I'm like, are you ready? She said, I'm ready. Then I said, is this gonna work? She said, totally. So here we were, going off to the corner store, pick up some snacks and drinks, and everything went really well. So I wasn't too concerned about it after that. Once that started though, we progressively stepped up very slowly, first once a week for the first 2 or 3 months, and then I went up to twice a week. And now I'm only doing it 2 to 3 times a week anyway, and I have been feeling way more comfortable presenting as a woman in public lately. It's been a lot easier for me, and people just take it the way it looks. And I'm happy with all the validation I've been getting. People give me compliments. They like how I dress. They like my makeup. And it really makes me feel good every time I get that. But now, as time has been going on, I've been feeling more and more like I've been wanting to do it more often. And it's been a little bit more difficult because I haven't come out to a lot of different people. And I plan to talk about that in a future video about the struggles on the social transition. But for right now, I can just say that only certain people know, and many people don't know. And if I was to present as femme more often, it could start to get out to people that may not be in favor of it. And I think that would be a negative impact on our situation right now. But I feel as B gets a little older and things progress a little bit more, I feel that she'll be more comfortable with me presenting as a woman more often, realizing that it doesn't matter how I look, doesn't matter what I do with my body. All that matters is that I'm the same person on the inside that I've always been. So thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up down below, and if you're new to this channel, click subscribe and click the little bell to be notified when my new content goes live. Thanks for watching. Bye! If you haven't followed me on Instagram at stacy.links or on Facebook at thestacylinks, go ahead and do that now. I will post fashion pictures, makeup, jewelry, and the ins and outs of what's going on with my vlog. And be sure to come back every Friday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for the premiere of a new episode. I will be available for live chat, so if you attend, feel free to say hi. And make sure you come back for my next episode, where it'll be episode 12, my 3-month review, where I'll talk about the episodes I've done the last 3 months, and I'll talk about the episodes I plan to do for the next 3 months. Then I'm going to talk about subscribership, read off some viewer comments, and at the end, I have a special surprise, so make sure you tune in and watch all the way to the end. We'll see you then. Bye!